Tammy Faye Starlight is the stage persona of performance artist and cabaret singer Tammy Lang. Her shows involve various musical impressions and uses humor and wit to tell stories. In addition to voicing Jen from MTV's Downtown, Tammy Lang also lent her voice to Bette Midler and Haley Joel Osment on an animated show called The Wrong Coast, which aired on the AMC network.
Second rule of First Wives Fight Club, you do not sing about First Wives Fight Club.
I'm confused.
I don't know about these gloves. They make my hands look fat.
You'll forget your fat hands once we loosen a few of those big teeth.
Okay, now when you say fight, you don't actually mean...
Oh, poor Barb's hair fell off.
It's a wig, you ditz. She's not Barb Pitt. She's Brad Pitt.
Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, and reintroducing Haley Joel Osment in a film by M. Night Shyamalan, Dead and Deader.
Look, Harry, a suitcase full of money.
Careful! Last time we found one of those, we almost wound up dead.
I told you. Since I can see you and no one else can, that means you are dead.
Wait! If we were already dead, could we do this?
How would I describe my co-stars? Let's see. Infantile, unprofessional.
The stop-motion program parodied entertainment news shows, delivering fake news and celebrity gossip. The show also featured skits that poked fun at movies and TV shows like Freaky Friday, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and Seinfeld. It even included a skit that parodied Don LaFontaine, the iconic voice announcer behind movie trailers.
In a world where rolls need butter and I have no butter, would you please pass the butter?
Why does Daddy talk that way?
Daddy has problems, honey.
Also, a scene I found particularly funny was this one that poked fun at the MTV network.
And in a shocking music news development, MTV has decided to show music videos again.
Wait, this Justin Jameson, MTV was only joking.
Tammy's acting credits include playing a hula girl on the Comedy Central comedy one-off Pulp Comics Louis C.K.'s Filthy Stupid Talent Show, the character Keyboard Cupid on the ABC soap opera All My Children, and Donna on CBS's long-running soap opera Guiding Light, although I couldn't find any footage of this. Tammy even appeared in a video game called Last Call, published in 2000 for Windows by Simon & Schuster Interactive. It's a simulation game where players take on the role of a bartender with the goal of making a lot of money.
At last, something worth saving the world for. Does whatever a spider can. Ooh, I'm so impressed. So, that's good. You found my weakness. Any superpowers you want to show me?
In October of 2023, I reached out to Tammy Lang inquiring about her availability for an interview. I mentioned that the downtown community is still active and that we would all be thrilled to hear from her. I continued by saying that I would love to discuss her time on the show. Fortunately, Tammy got back to me in February of 2024 and responded with the following. Hi. Thank you. I love doing Downtown. It was such a joy. Alas, my memories of it are fairly general, but you can ask me anything. In my response, I began by thanking her for agreeing to be interviewed and inquired whether it would be possible to film her in person. Her response was, I can't do in person. I apologize. And I really don't remember much about it. I asked her if a video call would work on Zoom and clarified that it didn't have to happen right away. I reassured her it could be done sometime in the future, with no pressure, and emphasized that the community would be very eager to hear her memories from her time on the show. She replied with, honestly, I just remembered that I did it, and it was fun, and I loved doing it. I can write that for you, but an hour is far too long for what I remember. That was my final attempt to secure an in-person interview with her. It was a shame since one of my goals for this channel was to get in-person interviews with most of the voice cast from MTV's Downtown. I was particularly looking forward to talking with Tammy Lang, whose voice is one of my favorites on the show, but I knew it was more important to respect her decision. Thanking her for taking the time to respond, I went on to say that I would be gathering some questions from the downtown community and send them over to her once I had them. Tammy replied with, sure, thank you for being accommodating. It's May 2024, and I finally sent her the interview questions. These questions were a mix of my own creations and those submitted by Downtown fans under one of my YouTube community posts. When crafting the questions, I kept them concise, considering her busy schedule. Knowing she might not recall much about her time on the show, I focused on her most recent artistic work. This ensured the questions were relevant and engaging, making them more enjoyable for her to answer. This is how the interview went. How did you land the iconic role of Jen on Downtown? I remember that there was an open audition to call in and read some of the script, which I did, and they kept calling me back. I was shocked when I got the role. How did that experience translate or influence your transition to the stage presence and storytelling aspects of cabaret singing? I think they're essentially the same, just playing the scene, trying out a few things, seeing what works and what doesn't, and trying to embody the character as fully as possible. The same with singing, to try and convey the story in the clearest way possible. Oh God, that's so boring. In both animation and cabaret, you bring characters to life. How does your approach differ when embodying a character for a cartoon versus crafting a persona for your cabaret performances? Pretty much in the same way. With Jen, there was really no backstory about her. In the shows I do, I often play real people, like Nico and Marianne Faithfull. They have actual histories. Jen was fun because she was created solely through the script. It was such a joy to do. At Soup2322 asks, how do you feel about the Downtown show today? I love it, and I'm always so grateful that people remember it. At Azra Harbus 104 asks, do you think Jen and Alex should have ended up together? Maybe, but they got along so well, and they would each seek out more conflict and despair, especially Jen. She needs to complain. Sarcasm is her life force. She's nothing without her facade of indifference. I go on to say, thank you. I can't wait to share your responses with the rest of the downtown community. Have a nice weekend. She replied with, I apologize if it's dull or too terse. I can change anything if you need. I say, don't worry. Genuine responses are the best. You don't need to change anything. Thank you again. She says, you are very kind. Thank you for your patience and thank you for coming to the show. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Rose emoji. That's it. That wraps up my interview with Tammy Lang. I hope you learned a lot about her and finally had some of your questions answered. Thanks for watching.